so I put my cardigans in the wash before I realized I was filming this video, but I have a nice comfy sweater. Hello my lovely friends, it's Margaret, and I am here to be doing the folklore book tag. If you didn't know, I am a Taylor Swift fan, clearly, by the fact that I've also done the Evermore book tag. Go check that out. I will have it linked up top. This particular tag was created by Kat at the Bookish Cat. I will have the original video linked down below so that you can go check it out. I was not tagged to do this tag, I don't think. Maybe, probably not. I don't think I was tagged. But I figured I'm a Taylor Swift fan and she has an album coming out at the end of the week, or will have an album coming out at the end of the week when this is being filmed. So let's do this. Question number 1 is a love triangle that didn't end the way you wanted it to. See, all of those are shows. I guess we could say the Chemical Gardens trilogy. We could say this trilogy, but like as an adult now, I question why I wanted it to end the way I wanted it to end. Like, that was just a weird one. We could also talk about the Uglies trilogy, but then he fixed it, and I don't like, whatever. We'll just go with this one. It was a messy situation, and I don't think she, like now, I don't think she should have ended up with the guy I wanted her to end up with. Just don't. But at the time, he was my favorite. I really liked him. I guess I just have a thing for tortured boys and men. But, yeah, why, Margaret? Why? Number 2 is Cardigan, and that is your favorite young adult couple. Is that a hard one? Is it? Do I have a favorite young adult couple? Like, my favorite couple? Like, do we mean actual young adults, like 18 to 35? Or do we mean like young adult as in YA, the age category that is aimed towards teenagers, despite the fact that that's not what a young adult is? Yes, I am. I am mad about that. Like, what was wrong with teen? So we're just gonna go with a nice, easy answer, and I am going to say Will Herondale and Tessa Gray, because I absolutely freaking love them. Not just like in these books, but in the books where they are adults. They're amazing. They make me so happy. They have, I think, maybe a perfect relationship. Possibly once we get past the fact that, like, Will is a Herondale, and Herondales just kind of have this giant romantic angst phase that they are contractually obligated to go through before they can be a functional adult. I'm gonna have to put all of these books away. Why am I doing this? The last Great American Dynasty, your favorite classic novel. I'm going to be super freaking basic with this one. We're gonna go with Pride and Prejudice, just because it's my favorite. Like, I love it. It's my favorite of Jane Austen's works. I haven't really read any classics outside of Austen because most of them are sad, and I just don't like things that are sad because they make me sad, and they don't have wonderful, like, fulfilling romances that end happily for the most part. Yeah, there aren't a lot of classics out there that make me happy, and so I stay away from them. But I love this one because it's really good, and I really enjoy the interplay between Elizabeth and Darcy, and I just absolutely adore anything that is a retelling of this book. It's gonna be a winner. 4 is Exile, Heartbreaking Breakup, Warn for Spoilers. That's what I was gonna. So this is sort of a spoiler, but if you've been, like, this is not gonna surprise anyone. I'm gonna go with Batman and Catwoman. In this most recent, well, I think they got back together. I stopped reading shortly after the wedding because life happened, but like specifically, I don't own the volume that has the wedding in it, but specifically when she is manipulated into leaving him at the altar, because she doesn't think she's good enough for him, and he's Batman, so he doesn't think he's good enough for anybody, or that he should be happy, and this whole, like, can he be Batman and be happy is such an interesting and wonderful question that I like being able to do, and I'm like, yeah, obviously he can be Batman and be happy, but, like, so we're gonna go with Batman and Catwoman, and I'm gonna hang on to this because you're gonna see it again. After that is Meyer Tears Ricochet, Saddest Character Death. I don't really have any that made me real sad, but there is one that made me very angry, and that is, spoilers for the Divergent trilogy, but the death in Allegiant. I'm still pissed about this. Don't ask why I own it. It was for a video. I don't know if the video is going to happen at this point. But I did buy it for a couple of, yeah, it was at the thrift store. And so I was like, I need this for a video. I guess I'll just grab it. And then it lives in my closet because I can't look at it without being angry. books were harmed in the making of this video, specifically that one. Mirror Ball, a character you relate to. I'm gonna go back to, well, let's get the one that actually has her on the cover. Where is the one that, oh, there it is. I already got that book. Yeah, it was over here already. I'm gonna go with Tessa Gray from Clockwork Princess, and it's not just because we would both marry Will Herondale. I mean, that's a big one, but she's also very bookish. She's very shy. Just like, basically, we are the same person, except I don't have magic and I am not a shadow hunter. But we are pretty much the same person otherwise. So 7 is your favorite middle grade book. I know you guys think I'm going to say Percy Jackson, and you're very close, but I'm actually going to say The Mark of Athena by Rick Riordan, because it is my favorite book of all time. I love this book with my whole heart. I waited 2 years for this book, and it did not fail to deliver what I needed from this book. It was the Annabeth adventure that I wanted. It had all of the Perkabeth moments that I wanted, and I just love it. It's so good. It makes me happy. Is it the best written book in the series? No, probably not, but I love it anyway. So we're moving on to August, a doomed relationship you can't help but root for. I don't root for doomed relationships, though. I'm trying to think of the last, like, doomed relationship I actually was into, and, I wasn't, like, I've liked some that are very, I mean, I could call that one doomed, but they still end up together. So, that one could technically be doomed, but again, they end up together. So, yeah, I'm real good at, like, actually picking out books that work. Like, if the ship looks like it's doomed, I'm like, nope, not touching that. Yeah, I don't have an answer for this one, because I don't root for doomed relationships because they make me sad. Like, the main thing is the ship for me. If the ship doesn't work out, I never want to talk about it again. Oh, I have one. Except it's not doomed in the books. It's only doomed in the show. But it's these two. They were supposed to be together. I don't know why Jason Rothenberg's spent 6 seasons going, hey, act like you're in love with her, giving that as a direct action, having them act like they were in love, like they were going to be, like they were told they were going to be romantic partners. I mean they are, but like their characters were supposed to be like endgame, basically, from what I understand, and it wasn't even brought up, ever addressed by the two of them together in the show. All of the hints, all of the stuff that went on, all of the I have an entire video, put it up here. You can watch it about why Bellamy Blake's, spoilers for the 100, but why Bellamy Blake's death was the dumbest thing on television. Not the dumbest, but really stupid. Just a really poor decision made by the writers for spite, I guess? I'm not entirely sure. This character deserves so much more. The books, though. The books are together, because that's how they were written to be. That rant over. This is me trying. A popular book you didn't like, but tried hard to. Popular book that I didn't like. The only one that's coming to mind, but I liked that. Nope, I like that one. That one. Didn't even try to like that one, though. It was like I didn't try. Nope. It is very, like, no. It's been a while since I have truly disliked a popular book, so I don't have an answer for this one. The closest that comes to is either Diary of a Wimpy Kid, which is very popular, but like I wasn't trying to like it. Like I went into it just going, this kid is awful from page 1, so I knew I wasn't gonna like it. And then the other one that I can think of is like Throne of Glass. I still have not picked that up, just because I'm still not done being mad about what she did in book 2. Because I think that was a silly decision, and she should not have done that. There's a wrap-up somewhere where I finished Crown of Midnight, where I spoil it. So if you're interested in me actually spoiling things, Strange and Beautiful Sorrows of Ava Lavender. Like, I didn't dislike it. I guess we could put that as the answer. I didn't dislike it, but it wasn't my favorite thing. Like, I was just like, it's okay. it's pretty, I understand why people like it, but it was just okay in my book. So that's just me. So, illicit affairs, your favorite romance trope. All of them? All of them. If there is romance involved, just about all of, yeah. I'm not picky when it comes to romance. I mean, like, I guess if we have to, like, really just kind of pick one that really works for me, it's, you know, the tropes where someone, they're kind of maybe a little bit antagonistic to each other, and don't really get along at the very beginning, and they're very snarky, and there's a lot of banter, and there's a lot of, like, angst and pining. That kind of trope is probably my favorite romance, where it just takes them a hot minute to slow burn. It's called slow burn. For them to figure out that they actually like each other, that's my favorite, is a good slow burn, whether it is slow burn with kissing or slow burn without. After that, Epiphany, a book, something you read in quarantine. So, this is a book that gave me an epiphany. Leviathan Wakes by James S.A. Corey. Yes, you've been hearing about it a lot. There's a reason you've been hearing about it a lot, because I really like it a lot. So I read this. This is one of the first books that I finished while I was kind of in quarantine. One of them, and I was very hesitant to pick this up because I've read a lot of 80s and 90s written science fiction that looks like this, has lots of, well, not with the bright pink, that should have been my first clue that this is going to be different, but has very masculine, very techy, science-y, like spacey covers. Actually, the covers on the other ones are worse, but books that are like this big, and they're written by white men, and they're science fiction, and I have a particular idea of what those books are like and how they handle the world building and all of that stuff, and this one wasn't like that. Yes, Miller's a pill. He's annoying a little bit when you're in his head. You kind of want to just punch him most of the time, but James is a sweetheart, a cinnamon roll. I love him. He is the best. I would marry him. He's taken, but I would. Anyways, whole point is, I love this, and I realized that the reason that I don't like a lot of the science fiction that I've been reading, or wasn't in love with it, like I am with like some of the YA fantasy that I've read. If only I'd read all those books, I'd be so rich. And that's because I was reading the stuff my mom likes, which is a lot more techie and stuff, and I'm just like, nah, I want plot and character, and that's all I want, and maybe a little bit of world building sprinkled in. And so they do a good job of like organically weaving the world building into the series. And I was like, oh, if you actually look for books you like, you might find some books you like. I know. And Epiphany. From Epiphany, we go to Betty, your favorite book kiss. Wait, what am I missing? I'm missing one. Oh, we skipped Invisible String, which is your first OTP. This is going to surprise no one, but it's Batman and Catwoman. They are the very first couple I remember going, I want them to be together. For no real reason except that she was cool because she liked cats. That's how 4-year-old Margaret worked. Okay? Now, I am even more into them because I've actually read the comics and seen how their dynamic really just works for them and is fun and exciting, and I love them. Now, we go on to Betty, your favorite book kiss. Was really hard. This was really, really hard just because two of my favorite kisses in the book world are in two books in the same series. But I went with the one from the end of The Last Olympian because I'd waited so long for it. 5 books. And like it's a real kiss where everyone's like, yes, we should be kissing. Like the two people involved in the kiss, not like everyone. I mean, everyone else was like, yes, you should be kissing as well. But anyways, yeah, this one. Definitely this one. Although I do really like the one in book 4 where his brain melts. Just, that's so adorable. And so, it's just so cute. What else do we have? We have Peace, your favorite young adult contemporary. We're gonna go with the one that is the most recent favorite, and that is I'll Be the One by Lila Lee. This just was so delightful and happy and lighthearted and fun and like perfectly balanced, where there was serious stuff happening and there was a real like struggle that was going on, but also made you feel warm and fun. Like, look at this cover. Do you see this cover? Do you see how bright and happy and shiny and just sunshiny it is? That's how this book makes you feel on the inside. I was just like glowing when I finished this book because it made me feel happy and sunshiny inside. I think this is the final one. Technically, I guess I could have replaced my favorite song, which is Cardigan on this album, with my favorite book or a book that reminds me of the song, but what did I do? Favorite young adult couple? Yeah, I feel like Will and Tessa just fit that song anyways, so. All right, Hoax. Favorite conclusion to a fantasy series? I could say Percy Jackson, but I'm not going to because he's already been on there twice. I'm going to say A Conjuring of Light by Victoria Schwab. Or V.E. Schwab, I guess. I had no idea how she was going to do this and make it good after the end of the second book, because I ended that second book and I was like, where do they go? How do they even get anything accomplished? This is as low as it can get for these characters. And then Victoria Schwab pulled out the shovel and started digging and made things worse. And she also made them better, but made them worse. And this is one of the best conclusions to a series, because even though, like, there were parts of it that I didn't really care for because I really am not invested in Holland as a character at all. I could care less. I am not a villain girl. Like, bad guys very rarely interest me. Sometimes they're cool. Like, I'd be like, oh man, Darth Vader is the coolest bad guy to ever bad guy. But, like, I just don't care if they have a happy ending. I don't care about their backstory. Like, sometimes that's nice to kind of explain some of their motivation, but, like, if I don't get that information, I'm not unhappy about it. Like, yeah, I just don't care. I don't. I want the good guys. Talk to me about the good guys. That's what interests me. That's what I have fun reading about. The bad guys are just there to make things hard for the good guys, in my opinion, and make interesting things happen. And if they're really nice to me, to make kissing happen because of the situations they put the main couple through. There are a few that I really enjoy their redemption arc, but it's also set up from the beginning. And also, I'm sorry, I just don't care about Holland. I don't. Like, this did make me care a little bit, which is impressive. So, like, props for V.E. Schwab, but this is one of those that has one of those extended battle scenes, and I have a hard time following battle scenes. Even when it's on a, like, giant, big screen at the movie theaters, I'm just, like, being invested and following, like, prolonged battle sequences kind of just makes me go, okay, we're still fighting. Oh, look, something exploded. And he's hitting him. And that's happening. Okay. I don't care. I was able to follow this one. I knew what was happening. I wasn't able, like, I didn't lose the thread of it. So I just, like, this is a very good book. And I enjoy it. So that is I have to put all of these away. That's me doing the folklore book talk. Thank you so much for watching. How do we do these things? What emoji embodies Taylor Swift? Thank you so much for watching. No, that's not how we end these. Not how we end these either. If you enjoyed this video, no. If you're feeling chatty, that's how we do it. If you are feeling chatty, talk to me in the comments. Have you read any of these? What is your answer? Hold on. I want to know your answer to. So I want to know your answer to illicit affairs, which is your favorite romance trope. What is your favorite romance trope? If you're feeling like you want to talk to me. What's your favorite romance trope? Maybe even recommend me a book with it, because like I said, I like most of the romance tropes, unless there's abuse involved. But like, I mean, that's a trope, but does anybody actually like those tropes? Some people do, because I have read fan fiction. There's some fan fiction out there. Just reading the tags makes me want to bleach my eyeballs. Anyways, if you are not feeling chatty, leave a leaf. Leave the little autumn leaf the maple leaf emoji to let me know you watched to the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching this video and putting up with my weird rambliness. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. And there are other videos over here that you can check out as well if you enjoyed this video. And where do we go from here? Oh, that's it for now, my friends. I'm going to move over first. That's it for now, my friends. Thank you. Thank you. Well, I already said thank you for watching. That's it for now, my friends. I will see you later when we will talk about more wordy, nerdy things. Bye.